This exercise is the 90-90 glute bridge. The 90-90 glute bridge is used to repattern and reposition the pelvis. It's going to help clients to take them out of a pattern that is working inefficiently and also tends to work in a compensatory manner that does not help, especially when we're starting to train by doing squats, deadlifts, lunges. So this exercise helps to reset the pelvis so that they can access muscles that are not normally used, and also to get a new neuromuscular feel of how the pelvis should be positioned. So what you'll need pretty much to start is a floor and a wall. So it's a very simple exercise that requires very minimal equipment. Sometimes in the studio, we do have clients use a box or a bench to support their feet, but you can use just a wall. Having something to put between your knees, like a yoga block, or you can use a rolled up paper towel roll, or even a ball for in between your knees. So another thing that sometimes people like to put is a pillow underneath their neck, depending upon how much extension that they get in the back of their neck. So you're going to come down, get yourself positioned, okay? You're going to have your feet put up against the wall, and you're going to look for a 90-degree bend between around your knees, and then also a 90-degree bend at your hips to your torso. In this position then, I'm going to take a breath in, exhale. As you exhale, you're going to feel your rib cage posteriorly tip down a little bit. Then you should feel your spine touch the mat. So we don't want to have a big gap underneath. So you can even, just to know that you're getting there, you can slide your hand underneath, do your exhale, and feel your spine start to press to your hand. You can take that away and kind of make contact with the mat. You don't want to press down so hard with your back that you're using like a 10 out of 10 pressure. Really, you just want to notice that, like, oh, I'm making contact. And when you do that, when you start making contact and your rib cage starts coming down, you can even put your hands on your rib and you exhale, and you can feel your ribs start to kind of depress down. Then you're going to push your feet into the wall at about a 3 out of 10 pressure. So you want to feel your heel, and then your first big toe and your little toe. And where the connection is of the big toe to the foot and the little toe is to the foot. You want to feel that against the wall. Then what you're going to feel like you're doing is pulling the wall down, but your feet are not actually going to move. And then your pelvis is going to start to tilt up a little bit. As your pelvis tilts up, you're going to start to notice that you can feel your hamstrings working. This is not an exercise that you're going to feel the hamstring burning because it's working so much with the lactic acid buildup. It's not going to feel like that. It should more feel like a noticing that, like, oh, okay, I feel my hamstrings. I feel that they're turned on a little bit. Okay, and then you're going to hold that breath out. Then put the tongue on the roof of your mouth. Breathe in. Exhale. During the exhale, again, you're going to feel your rib cage tip down, and then you're also going to feel your hamstrings, okay, engage. And you want to be able to hold that positioning or hold that patterning at the end of your breath. Sometimes I'll tell clients too to do a forward reach with their hands, because that will help them to get their rib cage down. So if you notice, if you feel like you're stuck up here and you feel like your rib cage and your shoulders are all kind of pushing up towards your ear or your head, again, you can use a reach position. So you can have an angle up here or an angle down here. And as you do your exhalation, exhale, push your feet into the wall, the heel, the big toe, the little toe. Start tilting your pelvis up until you feel your hamstrings engage. Okay, and then you're going to do that exercise for about 4 breaths. So 1 breath in, exhale for the count of 4, pause, okay, same thing, breathe in again, exhale for 4, And then you also want to notice that you're making connection with your side abs, which are your internal obliques that run from your rib cage down to your pelvis. So if you can feel that connection and you feel that you start to notice that you have a connector, okay, in your core versus your core just being open, okay, and your pelvis being so far away from your rib cage. So what you're teaching your body to have happen is you're teaching your pelvis to come closer to your rib cage and your rib cage to come closer to your pelvis. And this helps to reset the pelvis into more of a posterior tilt or even just a slightly neutral tilt instead of an anterior tilt, which is so far away. Also, you can take the block, put it between your knees, okay? Same concept with the breath, then you tilt, then you're gonna put a pressure on the block. This helps to activate your inner adductors. This is especially helpful for people who tend to externally rotate in their femurs because their pelvis is pushed so far forward that it allows their femurs to kind of push out to the side. So if you put your block between there, take your breath in to your reach, find your side abs, push your feet into the wall, tilt up, find your hamstrings, hold that position. Then on your next breath in, you want to keep all of those points on. Exhale, hold. Keep all of those points on. Feel your inner adductors of your thighs and your hamstrings, okay? Feel your internal oblique muscles. Keep all of those patterns on while you take your breath in and then you exhale again. So this is your 90-90 glute bridge. Again, you can use just the wall or you can set up a block or a table, okay, or some type of step-up box. You can use that also too. You just want to make sure that your knees are in that 90-90 position.